I hope that you're entering the room with excitement for tonight's session. I have a message from you, from our lovely Robin Banks. If you can please mute yourself, that would be amazing. I don't know how to, oh, there we go. Mute all. There we go. If you can mute yourselves, that would be amazing. And I'm going to share a little message from our lovely Robin Banks. And then I'm going to be joining you in just a second.
Well, greetings to you, magnificent, radiant beings of light. Welcome to your mini manifestation course tonight. I know it's not tonight for some of you. Some of you might be in the States and some of you might be in New Zealand. I don't know where in the world you are. First of all, just a huge thank you for joining us on such short notice, but I promise you it's going to be extremely worthwhile. My good friend, Susanna Kennedy, who I've known for 10 years, is definitely an expert on what you're about to hear tonight. I met Susanna, in 2013. She interviewed me for a success weekend I was doing with Richard Branson, of all people, and lots of amazing speakers, and she got to interview all of us. And we really just clicked from that moment and became really good friends. I lost touch with her because I'm sure she'll tell you that she almost died. I hope you will tell them that, Susanna, about how she almost died and how she overcame what doctors thought was the end of her life, and how she proved that it's really all about your inner beliefs and that healing comes from within. I bumped into her again in 2015 and was amazed by this bald-headed woman greeting me with such enthusiasm. Like, who's this? Because I didn't recognize her, because when I first met her, she had a mane of thick hair. And ever since then, we've become really, really good friends. She worked with me for a while. She helped me create your Sustaining the Magic program, which many of you have listened to. And Susanna was instrumental in that. My beautiful logo, which I love, Susanna created. But I always said to Susanna, why are you doing these things? You should be a speaker. You should be on stage. You've got a great story. You've got a great presence. And I think you've got a gift that people need to hear about. So she's going to be speaking to you tonight, and I want to make sure I get it right, because she's going to be speaking to you, and it's a mini manifestation course, and she's an outstanding manifester. I cannot believe the home she's manifested right on the beach in Clifton, for those of you who know where Clifton is, and her property is literally on the beach. You literally walk onto the beach from her property, and she manifested this almost out of thin air. So if anyone can speak to you about manifestation, it's Susanna. She's going to be speaking to you about practical tools and techniques to combine somatic healing and spiritual medicine, moving you into a higher vibration, ready to step into a more empowered, blissful timeline. And honestly, Susanna, I believe that you are one of the light bearers on the planet at the moment. And I know that you've got so much to offer. So guys, thank you so much for being here. Enjoy your time with Susanna. I really wish I could be here with you. I'm actually on a plane on my way to Dubai. Have a fabulous evening, and don't forget to be awesome. So without further ado, please put your hands together and give some digital love for the Susanna Kennedy.
Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh. I am so excited to be here with you this evening. It is absolutely my honor and privilege to be connecting with you. Robin is not lying. He threw me on stage so many times, sometimes kicking and screaming, going, Robs, I'm not getting on stage. I'm not getting on stage. And he was like, no, you are. You're a teacher. You're a speaker. Get on that stage and do your thing. And I always thought I was the support system, you know? And I wonder how many of you feel like that you're actually the supporter and not the star of your own life. Can you guys be brave enough to let me know who feels like that you guys feel like you're actually the support system, but not really the star of your own life? How many of you can be brave enough to admit that to me now? Where's the chat? Oh my gosh, guys. There's the chat. Let me find it. Chat, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, yeah, participants. Yeah. Me. Oh, that's me. Okay, good. I'm so glad that you are vulnerable enough and brave enough to admit this, because it's so important to start from a place of truth. I really believe that's where we need to begin with everything. And I have to tell you, how many of you have heard of A Course in Miracles? Have you guys heard of A Course in Miracles? It's a book about this thick, right? Does anybody know what A Course in Miracles is? Yes, yes, yes. Oh, okay, good. I'm so glad. For those of you that don't know A Course in Miracles, it is one of my favorite books. It's absolutely outstanding. It is so filled with powerful, powerful, powerful messages. But the essence of A Course in Miracles is that a miracle is just a change in perception, a change in understanding. Because, as the amazing Wayne Dyer says, when we look at things differently, the things we look at change, right? And so I have taken it upon myself. My purpose for being is to be a conduit for as many miracles as I possibly can in this lifetime. That is my mission in this world, is to be a conduit for as many miracles as I can. And there is this beautiful book called A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. And Marianne Williamson is one of my favorite authors. She's really, really beautiful. And she actually took A Course in Miracles from this, and she took it into a book like this, really easy. If you guys haven't read it, I highly recommend you dive in and read it as soon as possible. And Nelson Mandela made one of her quotes famous. The quote is, "Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us." We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, fabulous, and strong? Who are you not to be? You are a child of God, and your playing small does not serve the world. It goes on, and it is so beautiful. And please know, when I say God, that I am referring to the universe, God, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, whoever, Ra, whoever it makes sense to you. I believe that all rivers are streams that lead to the same ocean. So please know that's my belief. And whatever you find resonates with you, I'm going to call it the universe within this session, but whatever resonates with you, you take that. But I have no one name. There is no one. They're all rivers leading to the same ocean, the same massive source of consciousness, of pure unconditional love, of light, of this energetic field that is supporting us and guiding us and holding us as we move through this conscious reality that we are experiencing now. Now, one of the things that Robin did say as well is that I assisted him in co-creating Sustaining the Magic, which I did. And it was beautiful. What a beautiful process. How many of you have done Sustaining the Magic? Have you guys done it? Did you enjoy it? Please give me a hell yeah if you have. Me a few times. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm so excited. Then you actually know some of my work. Because Robin wrote that program, and then I helped him. I added to the program. I helped him shape it, and in studio I drove him absolutely crazy, and he'll attest to that. And I would say, no, Robin, you can't say it like that. You need to say it like this. So I drove poor Robin completely crazy, but I helped him co-create Sustaining the Magic, which I'm very proud of, because I really think that it's one of the most beautiful things that Robin has created, and I got to be a part of it. And so I really am excited about it. And I'm so excited that so many of you have actually done it before, which is so beautiful. All right, so here's a little thing, guys. I like to keep things. I'm going to speak about some heavy things, and I'm going to speak about some things that are light. And I'm going to invite you to just remember that just because certain things are heavy in terms of their weight that is perceived by us, it doesn't mean that they have to be dark and difficult. My entire purpose for being, we've been taught this as far as I'm concerned, mistruth that in order to grow, it has to be difficult, right? And it's interesting because literally yesterday I was sitting in a session with someone and I started channeling because I channel, right? I haven't told you what I do. So I'm a transformational coach, but I'm an intuitive transformational coach. And what does that mean? I channel, I connect to spirit guides, to angels, to past ascended masters, and I connect to your divine teams. So for instance, before we started the session today, I actually connected to all of your divine teams and I asked them permission for me to connect with you today. And I asked them to support me in giving you exactly what you need to move to your most empowered selves. So if you really pay attention today, if you really pay attention, your divine team is going to be placing thoughts in my mind, in your mind. I'm going to say things in specific ways that are going to connect and resonate with you because they are working with me to move you to your most empowered, most beautiful space possible. And that is my mission. That is my mission in life. My mission is to reduce suffering, to diminish suffering, and to support as many people as possible on this planet to step into their most empowered versions of themselves, to experience themselves as authentically aligned with their inner truth, with the version of themselves that they've been dying to experience themselves at. Right? Because that's what I want. I want you to experience that. And why do I want that? Why does this crazy, very energetic lady who's sitting in front of you want to do that? Because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to hit rock bottom. I know what it's like to be at such a dark place in my life that I thought there was no way out. I know what it's like to try and take my own life. I know what it's like to wake up again and go, oh, why didn't that work? Right? I know what it's like to be sexually abused, sexually assaulted. I know what it's like to end a marriage and feel like that was the worst death I've ever had to overcome. I know what it's like to have a miscarriage. I know what it's like to have a broken heart. And I don't know how many of you can resonate with the things that I've shared right now, but I'm sure that many of you can, because all of us have had broken hearts. All of us have been in situations that have crumpled us, right? Into a sense of feeling like we are dust. And how do we put ourselves back together? I know what it's like to literally be at death's door another time because I had this disease that nobody could figure out what it was. And then healing myself in record time beyond what doctors thought was possible. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to face death. I'm saying this and I'm showing you me here, healthy, happy, living in my favorite place in the whole world to make you jealous. No, I'm kidding. It's not to make you jealous. It's not, I promise. It's to show you that if I can do it, you can do it too. Because that's the truth. If I can do it, you can do it too. I believe that with my whole heart and my whole soul. I'm not special, as in better than anybody in this room. You are as special as me. We are special in different ways, right? But if I can do something, I promise you that you can do it too. And in fact, I was speaking to another master manifester just now, and I was saying, you know, jealousy is such a good thing. I wonder how many of you were triggered by that. Guys, jealousy is a good thing. Can any of you tell me All right. If you think jealousy is a good thing, just say yes or no in the comments. Do you think jealousy is a good thing? Hey, no. Can I tell you why jealousy is a good thing? I'm going to teach you why jealousy is a good thing. Because when we feel jealous about something, right, it means that our subconscious mind is identifying what we really want in this world, right? Which triggers us because we go, but I don't have that. How many of you do that? Oh my gosh, but I don't have that. I want that, right? But once we know what we want, because how many of us don't even know what we want, right? But when the universe shows us what we want, clarity. Yay. So next time you feel jealous, go, thank you, universe, for showing me what I want. What do you do next, guys? The universe has shown you that it's possible to get what you want, right? So you go, thank you for showing me what I really want. And then, universe, wow, you are so generous and abundant. Thank you for showing me it's possible. Thank you for showing me that what I want is possible within this universe. Guys, how many of you are you going to look at jealousy completely differently from now on? Right? Because next time you feel jealous, you can go, I know what I want. Yes. Thank you for showing me that that's possible. Because if it's possible for me, it's possible for you, but it goes both ways. Because if it's possible for the person outside, it's possible for you too, guys. Remember what Nietzsche said. Nietzsche said, if you think you can, and if you think you can't, you're right, right? What does Robin teach you? Whatever you believe to be true will be true for you. This is a universal truth. This is a universal truth. If you believe it to be true, it is going to be true for you, right? So what serves you best? Feeling jealous and feeling like, oh my gosh, this is bad, blah, 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 blah. Feeling less of yourself, feeling spiteful towards someone else? Or does it serve you better to feel jealous, go, look at what I want. Oh, look at what's possible, right? This is so important, guys. This is so important. Absolutely, Lucy. It's the power of intention. And Brent, intention is everything. But how we look at things is everything, right? I wish I'd learned this a year ago, Michelle. Oh, I'm so happy that you're learning it now, right? Divine timing, divine timing. Everything happens in divine timing. It's so important to trust in divine timing. Would you guys mind if I told you a little bit about myself, about my history, about how I got here? Can I get a yes from you guys if you are interested to find out like how I got here? Okay, great. Yes. Okay, amazing. All right, so remember that when something resonates with you, hell yeah, you can just type it there. And guys, I love seeing your beautiful faces. I love it. So Kali, Jane, hi Kali. I see you waving at me. Thank you so much. Hello, Bear. Hi, Anusa. And Anissa, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. So English is my second language. I'm Portuguese and French, and then English. And so I'm going to pronounce names very badly. I really apologize. I'm sending so much love in advance. Please forgive me. Be patient with me. Gabriella, I see you. Yay, so nice. Oh, Lucy, I see you. Yvonne, I see you. Shamin, I see you. I see you. Oh, this is so nice. Tracy, hi. So nice. Thank Thank you, Tanya, Manusha. Oh, beautiful Candace. Hello. Hayon. I don't know if I'm saying that right as well. Okay, sorry. Karen, Vicky, I'm going to let out talk. Andrea, I'm going to see if I can connect with each of you at some point during this time. But I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here today. You know, one of the things that I used to say whenever Robin threw me on stage is I would say, I really honor you for being here, right? I honor you for being here because you could be somewhere else watching days of other people's lives. And instead you're here watching days of Susanna's life. That you're wanting to invest in yourselves because you're wanting to learn and you're wanting to grow and you're wanting to step into the most juiciest, delicious version of yourself. And that's what I want for you too. So I'm going to take you on a little journey now. So 10 years ago, when I met Robin, I had long hair like I've got now. I had this very long hair. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing Lululemon exercise clothing and this kimono for a reason, but I'll tell you that at the end. But I had this long hair and I interviewed him at the first International Success Summit, which happened in South Africa. Richard Branson was there. Oh my gosh, there were all these international speakers. Peter Sage. It was the first time I met Dr. John DeMartini and Robin Banks. Guys, I love Robs. How many of you love Robs? Give me a hell yeah for our little Mr. Banksy, Banks. I love that man so much. He was the only South African speaking at this international conference, right? Oh, it was great. It was so great. I got to interview so many people. And that led me to meet Cobus Visa. How many of you are in the room from Cobus? How many of you are here from there? Cobus has taken me on a journey, guys. Whew, what a good man. How many of you are here from him? I'm so excited if you are. Yeah, oh, yay, hi, Lucy. Wonderful. So I met Robin there, and he introduced me to Cobus. And I interviewed Robin. What Robin didn't realize at the time was that I was really sick. I was really sick. In fact, I was taking high doses of cortisone and Schedule 4 painkillers just to function. So I'd wake up at 3, 4 in the morning and start taking the painkillers so that they would kick in so that I'd be able to move by 9 o'clock in the morning and be able to go to work and do what I needed to do. In fact, the first time I interviewed Dr. John DeMartini, I had taken all my medication and it just was not helping that day. And I remember arriving at the hotel to interview him, and I had cried all my makeup off because I was in so much pain. I had to reapply my makeup and I was late. And I sat down and I interviewed him and I couldn't even stand to shake his hand to say goodbye. But I showed up, right? And when he left, I just cried again. Anyway, it was there that I met Robin Banks. And Robin said to me, he said, Susanna, please come to one of my talks. And I said, I would love to. And of course, then I disappeared. It was years later that I met the lovely Cobus, who changed my life as well. Oh, I love that man so much, guys. Can we have a hell yeah for beautiful Cobus? How many of you have done the fire walk with our beautiful Cobus? He is so special. Yes, met Cobus and Lucy at the business show. Yeah. Oh, yes, Marley. I have done the fire walk. Oh, guys, Cobus. Oh, he's like my soul brother. I love that man so much. If anybody is lucky enough to know him, to work with him, you are so blessed. And I know there's a mix going on here of Cobus lovely people and Robin lovely people and my lovely people, and everybody's coming together, which is so nice because I know everybody is here to love and grow. Anyway, after I did that conference and Robin was there, my illness got really bad. And I had been going to specialist after specialist after specialist, and nobody could figure out what was wrong with me. And eventually they just decided to say, oh, well, it's fibromyalgia. It's fibromyalgia. There's nothing you can do about it. This is what the specialist said to me. There's nothing you can do about it except manage the pain. That's all you can do. And so they put this little homeopathic baby, me, on schedule 5 and 7 painkillers, right? Which I didn't know how to cope with. My body didn't know how to cope with. And so I was walking around in this haze. You know, when you're taking these painkillers, these opioids, you walk around in this haze. I didn't know what I was doing. And I was getting more and more and more depressed. And the one day, my parents came to visit, and they couldn't see that I wasn't being able to walk. Like I literally couldn't walk properly. I couldn't hold things. I had no strength left in me. And I was still trying to cope. And they came to visit, and as they left, I went into my room and I just fell on the floor and I just sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. And I didn't hear them coming back in. And they came back in and they saw me in this pile on the floor sobbing, and I'll never forget looking up and seeing the helplessness on their faces. And so I decided I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to leave them with that helplessness. And so I was going to exit this world to save them from dealing with a daughter that could no longer function. Right? And the problem was I was on these painkillers that were actually messing with me in such a way that I didn't know. And so in this haze, I started looking for ways of killing myself. And I found in the warnings of the painkillers, it says, if you take these and you're feeling depressed, can cause suicidal tendencies. Do not take them if you're feeling depressed. But of course, my brain couldn't match that up, because all I could see was below that. It said, if you take too many of them, they will slow your heart down until you die. I was like, oh, that's what I'm looking for. And so I try to overdose on that. Guys, that near-death experience, I failed, by the way. I failed miserably at trying to kill myself. I'm so grateful I failed. I'm so, so grateful. Because after I failed, long story short, I ended up in a place that finally I could breathe. I could finally put the heavy stuff I'd been carrying around with me down, and I could breathe and I could start my healing journey. And it was in this place that I found the tools and techniques that I teach in my Kinsta Koroi Me course, which is another course. But some of them I teach in my mini manifestation course, which I will tell you about later on as well. And it was there that I came into myself and started embodying the knowledge I had in my head. How many of you know what you're supposed to do? You know what you're supposed to do. You know what's right, you know what's wrong. But you don't embody the knowledge. You don't live the knowledge, right? Me, I, thank you for being honest. Yeah, me. Yes. You're not alone, guys. So many of us have the beautiful knowledge up here, but we don't embody the knowledge in our beings. We don't live it, right? This is why I work on all levels: mind, body, heart, and spirit, right? This is why the processes that I take you through combine the beautiful teachings of Robin Banks. Beautiful, exceptional teachings. But sometimes we get stuck with the mind, right? Sometimes the mind actually is a stuck point, and we need the somatic healing, which the somatic healing brings it into our bodies, right? 93% of our communication is not verbal. It's physical and energetic. So if you're just working here, how are you going to get into here, right? We need to heal mind, body, heart, and spirit. Why do I know this? Because there was a day that I was on my knees and I knew I was dying. I knew I was dying. And I fell on my knees like so many amazing teachers. It's incredible to me that so many amazing teachers go through this. I fell on my knees like you read in the books, like you see in the movies. One dark night, and I prayed and I said, God, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, all that is, I know I'm dying. And I know I've screwed up. I really am not ready to leave. Please, will you let me stay? But if it is my time, I surrender. And I will accept that that is my future. And it was from that moment that I unlocked something so interesting, so needed. It just unlocked in my soul, in my heart, in my mind, in my spirit, all together at the same time. I'm a recovering perfectionist. Anybody else a recovering perfectionist in the room? Anybody else recovering perfectionist? Yes, 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 me. Recovering perfectionist over here. Now, what happens with recovering perfectionists is we live in a tunnel, right? We know what is right. We know what is right. We know how things are supposed to be done. Permit me a moment to change your mind, right? If we live in this tunnel, and some of you will have maybe heard this story before, and some of you may not have heard this story before. There's a man, and he's in a tree, and it's flooding, right? And the flood is coming, and this ship comes along, and he puts across a plank, and the guy says, climb on, and the man says, don't worry, guys, God's gonna save me. And the flood gets higher, and he climbs further up the tree, and this little dinky boat comes and goes, and it says, come, get on. And he's like, don't worry, dude, it's okay. God's gonna save me. And all of a sudden he's hanging off a branch like this. He's hanging in the air, hanging off a branch, and a helicopter comes and they put the rope ladder down. They say, climb up. And he says, no, it's all good, guys. God's gonna save me. And of course he drowns. And he gets up to heaven and he says, God, why didn't you save me? And he says, but I sent you a ship, a dinky boat, and a helicopter. Why didn't you climb on? How many of you are guilty of that? I know I am. Of going, no, it's supposed to look like this. No, I can't see that because it's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to happen like this. It's supposed to roll out like this, right? It's supposed to be like this. How can it be any other way? Because it can. Because it can. And that was the best place for me to learn that. Because that moment where I surrendered and I said to the universe, God, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, universe, guide me, show me. Where do I go? What do I do? I started doing my best without attachment to how the path looked, right? I have this saying that Robin loves, actually, do your best, surrender to the rest. Do your best, surrender to the rest. That's all we can do, guys. All we can do is do our best and then surrender to the rest. Surrender to the outcome, knowing that the perfect outcome will be delivered to you. It will. 100%, I promise. It's law. It's the law of the universe. Things are not happening to you. Things are happening for you. And sometimes these things come in really ugly freaking packaging, right? Me finding myself at death's door was not a pretty package. That was not nice wrapping paper, guys. It was not pretty. But it was the best thing that could ever have happened to me. I promise. 2 days after I fell on my knees, I stopped walking. I was wheelchair ridden. 2 weeks later, I was in ICU. I had near organ failure in almost every single one of my organs, except my heart. I was having brain seizures. You couldn't touch my skin. It was too sore. I couldn't swallow. I was dying. And what was I doing? I was doing my best in my mind. I was doing my best. I was showing up for myself. In my spirit, I was doing my best. I was showing up for myself. And as a last resort, they finally figured out what was wrong. And as a last resort, they gave me emergency chemo, right? And they said, if it didn't kill me, it would take 18 to 24 months to get me into remission. I was in complete remission in 6 months. I'm completely healthy now, right? I've been completely healthy since then. But it took me 6 months. It actually took me 5. But if I look at the slightly buffier sides, let's say 6, right? Why am I telling you this? Because if I can do it, you can do it too. All of the impossibles. Remember lovely Audrey Hepburn, I love this quote by her. The word impossible literally contains I'm possible. I'm possible, right? You can decide what your journey is. I'm telling you this because I have manifested so many different things in my life, but all of them have required me connecting mind, body, heart, and spirit to truly step into an empowered place. How many of you feel like you're doing some of that, but not all of that? Like you're doing some of it, you're doing some mind, you're doing some body, you're doing some spirit, you're doing some heart, but it's not like all connecting yet, right? Yes, 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 more, yes, yes, yes. It's about finding that beautiful connection of all of it. And guys, it's a practice. It's a practice. It's not like this, it's like, you know, Robin even says this, when you're learning to walk, you fall on your butt, right? And then you get back up and you try again. And in the beginning, it's difficult because you're like focusing so hard, but then it just becomes like this and things just arrive, right? It's just doing it. So that's how manifestation has become for me, which is so exciting. It's so much fun because I'm constantly co-creating. And I always use this image, and I want to share it with you guys because if you take nothing away from this call, if you end up not investing in yourselves, but I really hope you do invest in yourselves and come work with me. If you take nothing away, I want you to take this image, please. Okay. The universe, picture this. The universe is an excited puppy, and you're on the beach, and there's this excited puppy. Just picture your most excited, most cute, divine little puppy, like on the beach, and all it wants to do is play with you. That's all it wants to do. I just want to play with you. That's all it wants to do is it wants to play with you. And you have the ball. That's what puppies want. They want a ball. The ball is what you want. The ball is the thing you want. You've got it. You need to know what you want, right? If you don't know what you want, you've got nothing to throw. So you got to know what you want. Okay, great. Now we've got the ball. Amazing. Now you've got to do your best. You've got to show up. How do we do our best? We take our arm as far back as we can, and we put as much strength as we can in that arm, right? And then we surrender, we throw, we let go. We let go of the ball. Guys, the puppy cannot run after the ball unless you let go of the ball. If you let go of the ball, then the puppy can run. It can run after that ball. It can go and fetch you. That ball will end up looking, I can tell you that that ball will end up looking so much more beautiful than any of you could have imagined that ball looking because you let it go with trust. How many times has that happened in your lives? Can you name a time? Can you think back to a time where you go, I'm going to trust. I've done my best. I'm going to trust. I'm going to let it go. And it ends up being so much more beautiful than you ever imagined. I know that it's done that with me. I mean, I always wanted to live in Clifton. Guys, I always wanted to live in Clifton. It is literally my favorite place. It has got the most beautiful energy. I literally wanted to live somewhere where I could take a few steps and my toes would be in the sand, right? And I could just walk into the ocean. I'm a little ocean baby. I should have been like, you know, those water babies. Do you remember the water babies? I should have been a water baby because that's me. I'm like an ocean baby. It's where I go to refill. My dream was to wake up, see the ocean, be able to step onto the sand and live in a place that is beautiful and quiet. And that's exactly where I live. It's dark now, so I can't show you. But if you go onto Instagram, I promise you, I'm posting like all the time. Ask Sag. Sag, Jen is in the room. My Saggy Sag, thank you for joining us this evening. You can ask Sag. I put my link for my Instagram there. I am constantly posting about my beautiful home because I love it so, so much. And I manifested, this is my home, guys. Look, so pretty. So pretty. I manifested this at the most ridiculous price that Robin was like, how? How did you do that? That's insane. Everybody who sees my home says, how, Susanna? How did you manifest this magnificent home? Exactly where you want to live at the price that you manifested it at, right? It's because of practice, guys. It's literally just playing with the puppy. It's playing with the puppy. I've become friends with the puppy. The puppy knows I trust it now. And so it plays with me. Does that make sense? So this kimono, that's the other one. I'm just giving you silly examples so that you can see how little things. I was redoing my vision board and I came across this picture of this kimono. And I was like, oh, wow, I love that kimono. It's so beautiful. And for about 5 minutes, I tried to look for where I could buy one of these kimonos. And they're vintage. You cannot find them unless you are lucky enough to find them in a thrift store or, you know, a previously loved store. You cannot buy these kimonos. So I let it go. I said, okay, universe, I'd really like one. Please, can you deliver one? Okay, bye. And I did my little techniques and that was it. And I let it go. I don't know if it was a week or 2 weeks later, I went to my yoga studio of all places. And there were these clothes being sold by this lady, like really strange, interesting things that she'd put together. And I just had a little look. And between these strange things, I pull out this hanger. And there's this kimono. The only difference is the one I pinned was green, but my favorite color is gold. Guess what color the kimono came in? Right? And then I was like, oh my God, it's going to cost a fortune. Because why? Because these are collector's items. You don't find them. So I was like, okay, universe, if it's 1,000 Rand or less, I will buy it. So I go to the lady and I said, hi, sorry, how much for this kimono? Because it had no price on it. And she said, oh, I don't know. Let me look. Oh, I can't seem to find a price, but I'll give it to you for 1,000 Rand. Thank you very much. I'll take that kimono. It's mine. And so here I am wearing my beautiful gold kimono, right? Lululemon. This is this exercise gear. 2 weeks ago, I just had this thing. I was like, I'm tired of wearing cheap exercise clothing. I've never really invested in exercise clothing because it's just, I use my money for courses actually more than anything. I love to learn. So I'm not going to like spend money on exercise clothing. And then about 2 weeks ago, I was like, no, actually, I want to wear exercise clothing that makes me feel really good. Like, I love exercising because it's so important to me to take care of this body, this amazing vessel that I get to travel life in, right? So why wouldn't I invest in good exercise clothing? I want exercise clothing, but I wanted Lululemon. Lululemon isn't available in South Africa. Guess what happened? My parents got back from Australia, from a trip in Australia, yesterday. And guess what my mom brought me? Lululemon pants and a Lululemon exercise bra. My first Lululemon. Yay! So exciting. I'll give you another example. My sister is in Australia and I'm missing her so much, guys. And I'm like, okay, I need to get to Australia. And somebody gave me a gift. And I was so grateful for the gift. But I actually already had what they had given me. And I knew that they had extra travel miles, right? Those travel miles. And I said, do you have any travel miles at the moment? And they said, actually, I do. I've got some that I haven't used and I'm not planning on using them. I was like, how would you feel about maybe letting me use some of your travel miles, just a few, like same price as what you've given me as a gift towards a trip to Australia? And they were like, yeah, absolutely. In fact, use whatever's there you can use. There are exactly enough travel miles for a return ticket to visit my sister. Amazing. So I'm just giving you all of these examples because I want to show you what is possible when you start playing with the puppy and when you make friends with the puppy, right? The universe conspires to help you in different ways. And because I want to support as many of you as possible to do the same thing, yes, thank you for all the love. Can we have a hell yeah? Hell yeah, awesome. Thank you, Daphne. Thank you, Valencia. Thank you so much. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Bear. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Tracy, Lorato, Candace. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want all of you to step into that version of yourselves. I want all of you to also have the opportunity to play with the puppy. I want you guys to manifest your wildest dreams, but more than anything, I want you to step into an authentically aligned version of yourself that you love, that you feel empowered in. That's what I want. Doesn't that sound good? Like, wouldn't that be like such a great thing to step into the most authentically aligned version of yourself? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, I have been advertising. I ran my first mini manifestation course, which combines, by the way, it combines some of the principles that you guys already know from Robin. It combines other principles as well. And it has very practical tools and techniques that you can implement into your life. And then it also uses somatic processes so that it brings it into your body, right? And then I also take you through some different processes, which my guides have called spiritual medicine. So my type of healing is called spiritual medicine. That's what I've been told by my guides. And interestingly enough, by 2 other psychic sources, they've also called it spiritual medicine. So I take you through all of these different things so that we really connect mind, body, heart, and spirit. So that you can step forward into a different timeline. Jump timelines from the timeline that you are on into a timeline that is more empowered, more filled with compassion, less suffering, more ease and grace. How does that sound to you guys? Oh, I would love that. Yeah, hell yeah. Beautiful. Now, I am offering the course at $222, but I promised Corbus and I promised Robin and to my lovely database as well, that tonight, just for 1 hour, I'm going to be giving it to you at 50% off. That's at 111, because I love the angel numbers 111. It is such a steal. We're going to be starting tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. South African time. I am going to change the times a little bit. The reason why is twofold. Number one, I don't know where in the world you're tuning in from, guys, but we have something called load shedding. And it is when Eskom switches off all our power and then we don't have any electricity. So sometimes we will need to change the time slightly, but also I know that people are tuning in from all over the world. So 3 Tuesdays in a row. It starts tomorrow night. You've got 1 hour to take advantage of this special offer. Otherwise, it goes back up to 222. Just letting you know. It starts tomorrow night. It's for an hour to an hour and a half. It's probably definitely going to be an hour and a half because, as you can see, I really enjoy talking, and also because I want to give you as much content as possible. I want you to leave feeling as empowered as possible. I will also be sending out little videos and things for you in between the weekly sessions to keep the energy growing and flowing. I'm going to give you exercises to do at home that you can do that allow you to embody. And it's not going to take hours and hours of your time, guys, just so that you know, this isn't that course. This is about embodying. So I'm going to be placing thoughts and techniques in your mind, and you're just going to be practicing them during the day. You'll maybe need to set aside 20 to 30 minutes. That's it. That's it. 20 to 30 minutes. That's not a lot. You guys can give yourselves that gift, right? Yes, it will be recorded, so you can watch the replay. But the live sessions are great. So if you can make the live sessions, that's fantastic, because I will be doing a live Q&A as well at the end of each session so that you guys can join in with that. And yeah, it just is my honor to support as many people as possible on their journey. I'd love to know if any of you have any questions. I think I've covered everything. Yes, it's 111 USD, US dollars, right? But that's the special price that's available just for 1 hour. After that, it's going to be $222. I am also just going to remind you guys that I'm on Instagram and I run all kinds of programs and do all kinds of fun things all the time. And even if you don't buy the program today, which I really hope you will, I will love to connect with you. So please do connect with me on Instagram. I would love to see you guys and connect. And for those of you who are joining the program, I will be doing my best to really connect with each of you individually. I really do try and connect with as many people individually throughout the process. I'm also going to be giving away for, in rands, it's 2,000 rand. It's 2,000 rand in rands. It's about that. What I am also going to be doing is one lucky person that signs up is going to be winning an introductory discovery call with me valued at $100. So one of the people will win that introductory just discovery call that's worth $100. I charge for my discovery calls because you always get value. Do you feel like you've gotten value, guys, tonight? Do you feel like you are able to walk away from here, whether you invest further or not? Do you feel like you can walk away from here going, oh, there are things that I have learned that I will take with me? Yes, yes, thank you. Yes, 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 thank you. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that makes me so happy. Good. I am so glad. Absolutely. Hell yeah. Wonderful. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you, Manisha. Thank you, Tawanga. Thank you, Candace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sebalicious. Oh, what a name. Lucy. Oh, beautiful. Hell yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, I am going to put that link up one more time. Does anybody have any questions with currency? When it comes to currency, guys, please just use a currency converter because I don't know all the different currencies offhand. I do know in South African rands, it's about 2,000 rand. But in dollars, it's $111. I love that I'm going to do that. Yay! Amazing, amazing. Yay! Yay! I can't wait to see you guys in the course. So excited. Divine Source for sending Susanna along my way. Ah, Marley, such a pleasure. Thank you for having me. Guys, if you do have any questions here, do you cover anxiety? Yes, I do speak about anxiety. In fact, I've got a great somatic process that I will share with you for anxiety, how to move from a place of anxiety and into a place of empowerment. It's so important to have concrete actions that we can take in the physical world, techniques we can use mentally, and then also shift our energies. And we need to learn how to do these, guys, because how many of us are suffering from anxiety at the moment? Far too many of us are suffering from anxiety. Who feels like we've just been through a war? We have just been through a war. We've literally have. COVID was the Third World War. How do I know this? We were worried for our own lives. We were worried for the lives of our loved ones. We were worried for our livelihoods. The whole world changed. This is how I know it. That's really intense, guys. We need to step back into empowerment. We need to step forward into empowerment. Oh, please don't share that. How do I delete this comment? Guys, if you've registered, please don't share the registration link with everybody else. It's only for people who pay, right? But I'm so excited that you're so excited that you're sharing that you're in. But only people that pay can be in the course. But you know why? Because everything is energy and vibration. Everything is energy and vibration. How many of us have disempowering beliefs around money? If you guys don't want to pay via PayPal, then just let me know that you don't want to pay via PayPal, and I will pop my banking details in here, and I will need you to just pay and then send me proof of payment as soon as you paid. Would you like that? Is anybody needing that? Please let me know. And then I will pop in my banking details. Banking details. There we go. Where are my banking details? Let me grab those quickly for the people who would rather pay via banking details. Lucy, I don't know why my messages come to you. It keeps going on private to you. There's my banking details, guys. If anybody is wanting to pay directly, there we go. There's the banking details. If you have any questions, if you are stuck, you can email me at hello@susannakennedy.com. I'm putting my email address there. You can also contact me on Instagram if there's a problem. But there's my email address. So hello@susannakennedy.com is there. It's my email address. And then you can also contact me on Instagram, but I prefer email because then my assistant is on it. But I will get her to check Instagram as well. I'm going to pop the link there as well again. Now, why I was telling you why it's important to exchange money. So many of us have what I call the witch's wound. I know I had it for such a long time. I'm still working with it, to be honest. So what the witch's wound is that I've been a healer for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes, right? And in times gone by, when there was somebody who was a healer in a village, they called them the wise person of the village, right? Or high priestess in Egypt. I was that as well. I was one of Cleopatra's high priestesses. And what they say is that what happened was that you were just taken care of, right? You never had to charge for your services because the village or the community would literally bring you food. They would bring you clothing. They would bring you gifts. You would be given a home. So you never needed to charge money because you never needed anything, right? Because the whole village or the whole community would just take care of you. And what happened is that then all of the different healers, and I know that there's healers in the room, right? I know that there's people in this room that are people of service. And they also have this witch's wound where it's like, you can't charge for money, right? You can't charge for healing. You can't charge for service, right? There's something there that just doesn't feel right. And it's connected to that wound. And I'm letting you know that the reason why is because in past lifetimes, when you were doing work that was of service, you didn't need to charge money because you were taken care of. But guys, we're living in this lifetime where we all have bills to pay, where we all need to buy food, where we have to put petrol in our cars, right? So there's nothing wrong with charging for your services, because at the end of the day, money is just energy. It's not good or bad. What you do with it can be good, and what you do with it can be bad, but it's not good or bad. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. I used to think money was the root of all evil. Now I believe the lack of money is the root of all evil. The need for money, the desperation to feed your family, the desperation, right? To do things that you don't have money for medical care. That's what leads us to do things that are not in integrity. But when we've got money, it allows us to do all kinds of things. I've been able to pay salaries, right, for people that run youth programs that affect hundreds of lives, right? I've had money to support a community center that feeds 350 hungry people a day, right? I've had money that allows me to spoil my family and friends. How fantastic. I've got the money that allows me to take care of myself so that I can show up as the best version of me, so that I can help you become the best version of you. Hey, how good is money now? Right? I think the more money we have, the more our capacity to love. That's what I think. That's how I choose to view money. Right? Yay, Karen says paid and I'm in. Yay, so exciting. Oh, the course is three weeks, guys. It's a 3-week course. It's 21 days, right? 21 days to stepping into a new energetic field. Sorry, I didn't see your question. It's 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks. 21 days. I mean, that's nothing. Don't you want to make the rest of this year fantabulous, right? Come step into it with me. It's going to be so much fun. It really, really is. Will you be running this course again? Not this year, and I don't know when I'm going to be running it again, to be honest. I will probably have the recorded version of it available, but I think this will be the time that I do it live with people. And then afterwards, I'll probably turn it into an evergreen product that people can buy. I ran this course, by the way, as a workshop. That's how the content was created. So it was a live workshop where ladies and gents came and sat with me, and we did the workshop together. And I had such a cry from my community going, but Susanna, what the what? We're all over the world and we couldn't tune in, you know, we couldn't be a part of it. And so they kept saying, please, will you run it as an online course? So that's why I'm doing it like this. And I obviously want as many people as possible to be able to, I don't have credit card facilities, my love, but you can use PayPal. So you can use PayPal to pay with credit card. So so you can absolutely do that. Also remember, guys, it is recorded. So if you buy it now, you can still take advantage of the amazing offer, and then watch it and do it when you want to do it, when you're ready to do it. So it's really up to you. How is this course different from other manifestation courses? Very excellent question. Well, I think the biggest difference is that I really do look at mind, body, heart, and spirit. So I combine the techniques, the conscious learning, the somatic learning, physicalizing, embodying, and then the energetic field, as well as obviously the emotional. So I combine all the different layers because I really believe with my whole heart, the reason why I'm here, guys, the reason why I am here with you now, healthy, happy, strong, living this life that I love, is because I healed mind, body, heart, and spirit. I know so many people that are battling with disease, dis-ease of the mind, dis-ease of the heart, dis-ease of the body, dis-ease of the spirit, because they are only focused on one area. And so the dis-ease, the disease continues for years and years and years and years. Heal mind, body, heart, and spirit, and it collapses everything, right? And will I share the recording after this meeting? I wasn't going to, but absolutely, I can do that. No problem. I will upload it tonight, and then I will, but you're going to have to send me a message on Instagram or on email to get the recording, because Robin is in the air, guys. He's on his way to Dubai. And so he's not going to be able to send anything out. So I'm going to need you guys to please email me. I did share my email address, but I will write it again. It's hello@Susanna, SUSANA, Kennedy, like the president, .com. hello@SusannaKennedy.com. You're going to have to email me and say, please, can I get the recording from tonight? And then I will send you the recording from tonight. Is it every day for 21 days? No, my angel. It's every Tuesday for 21 days, but I am going to give you little recordings, little meditations, little processes that you can use for 21 days in order to maximize the outcome, right? I always say, you can take a horse to water, you can't force it to drink. I will take you to the water. The more water you drink, the more transformation you will experience. The transformation is inevitable. The amount of transformation is up to you. It's so up to you, right? So exciting though. I remember one of my students came to me, I think it was 3 weeks after the last mini manifestation workshop that I did. And she came to me, her name is Candace, and she had one beauty salon at that time. And she said to me, she said, Susanna, you know, before I did your course, I wanted to start opening a chain of salons. I so wanted to, but I didn't have the money. I didn't know how I was going to do it. She says, I've just opened a second store in Pretoria. And guess what? I've been invited overseas to meet with an investor who wants to open a chain of my beauty salons overseas. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. So, I mean, it is all possible. It's all possible. Yes. If we miss a session due to bad load shedding, you said we can get the recording, correct? Yes. The sessions will be recorded. You can watch them afterwards. If you cannot make a live session, you can watch it afterwards. Also, I want to just reinforce, I work with energy and vibration, right? I work with the universe. I am playing with the puppy all the time. I'm connected to your spirit guides and your spiritual team and your divine team and the angels and ascended masters, right? And so what I do is anybody who becomes part of the course, I'm going to set up a very specific energy grid and also an energy matrix that then locks in the energy of every single session that I do. So whether you watch a live session or whether you watch a recording session, you will get the same energetic transfer. There's no difference. The only difference is if you're live, you get to ask me questions. If you're not live, you don't get to ask me questions live in the session, right? You can still connect with me, just not live in the session. So that's the biggest difference. Let me see if there's any Instagram page. Yes, I will absolutely give you that again. Did you guys get my email address? I'm going to give you the sign up page again. Remember, this is for 1 hour only at this price, and then it's going to go up to 222. I will look at the time that I received your email, and I will send you this link, right? And then, and if you pay straight away, then I will still give it to you at 111, because I know there's a few people who have said they want to pay, you know, via banking details and that. So that's totally fine. You can do that. If one does not attend the session, is it possible to purchase the recordings? Yes, it will be possible. So as I said, once this course is finished, I'm going to turn it into an evergreen. So you will be able to purchase it. Candace, me too. Does that mean you're in, Candace? Are you in? Are you joining me on this journey? I really hope so. I really, really hope so. Please give us a time. Please give us a time after session to pay by EFT. Candace says, yes, I need this. Yay. Yay, come play with me. I'm so excited. Yes, so from when the session ends, which will be, I'm going to be online for another 5 to 10 minutes, I will give you an hour, right? So let's say 9:30. I'll give you an hour and 15 minutes from now. How does that sound? An hour and 15 minutes from now to pay, and then it'll go up to 222. So you'll still be able to join, but it'll be 222. I'm gonna get my banking details for you guys again, just in case you guys didn't see them. Is there anything else that you beautiful, fantastic beings of light need from me? There's the banking details again. Yes, 2,000 Rand or $111. If we deposit into your bank account from SA, are you happy with using Google exchange rate? For sure, no problem at all. And just send me proof of payment, guys. If you're not using the link, send me proof of payment. And please also just confirm if you arrived here because of Robin, or if you arrived here because of Querbus, because of, I'm going to, of course, thank them. I need to thank them. So please, will you just, I need to break through, what was this? Yeah, just on your payment, guys, I need to know if you came here from Querbus or if you came here from Robin, so that I can thank them. I need to break through from my adrenal burnout and cortisol bounce back. Candace, I have been there. I know how you're feeling. Let's shift you, my baby. Let's do it. I will hold your hand as tightly as possible and support you with everything I can. Karen, I'm not sure if it's Karen or Karen, but thank you, beautiful. Have to go. Thank you. I can't wait to see you inside. Robin. Paid Lucy, 2,098 Rand and 18 cents. Yay! And I'm from Querbus. Wonderful. Robin, Querbus, Robin. Oh, guys, I'm so excited. Must we write Robin as the reference? Yes, please, my angel. That would be great. What I will do is on the first session tomorrow, I will also just say, guys, please, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to be practical about this. I'm going to get, oh, look, 111 people still in the room. I love 111. I'm going to get my assistant to email you guys. And she is, so please bear with her. She's so sweet, Jordan. She is just my best. She's going to email you once we've got the whole list. and she's going to say, guys, did you get this from Cobus, or did you get this from Robin, or did you get this from Paul or Marilyn? Because I've just got so many support teams. It's so beautiful. So she's going to email you guys, and then you can just email back. So will we get a link for tomorrow night's session? Yes. As soon as you pay, if you pay via the link that has the Kartra payment plan, you get the link straight away. If you didn't pay via that and you're paying via EFT and you emailing me proof of payment, then that's perfect as well. I will email you because I'll add you to the student list, and you will get the link via the email that I send you. And if you do not get it, email me and say, hey, hello, hello, I'm in. Please send me the link, okay? Because I don't want you guys to miss out. So the account name is Thrive, yes, but you can just put Susanna Kennedy. You don't need to worry about that. Just the account name is Susanna Kennedy. It's my business account, which is Thrive. Ciao for now, Lucy Lou. Have to run. Thank you, Susanna, and everyone. Soraya paid via PayPal. Candace, yeah. Guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, this has really just been such a gift. Thank you all. Thank you so much. So beautiful to connect with all of you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up. Really, I wish you guys an abundance of all that is good in your lives. I wish you the love that you can only dream of right now. I wish you the fruition of gifts that is beyond your wildest imagination. I wish you health. I wish you happiness. I wish you all that is good. Thank you for showing up tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean it. And to Cobus, thank you, my friend. Oh, my soul brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, the first time I walked on fire was with Cobus, guys. He's amazing. He's amazing. I was with Robin. It was in Shaping Your Destiny, and Cobus was there. That's where I met him for the first time. And Cobus came to me and he said, you're going to walk on fire tonight. And I was like, yeah. And of course, I did. But that night, that afternoon, before I walked on the fire, I sat down and I wrote a letter to all my fears. I wrote a letter to all my fears. And I went and knelt at the feet of the fire. And I took that letter and I placed it on the hot coals, expecting it to sizzle slowly. No, guys, it literally went. I was like, wow, this fire is hot. Oh my gosh, that did not calm my nerves. This fire was super, super hot. But I walked on it. I walked on it and I didn't have one burn anywhere. It was such a good process. It was so beautiful. It was so empowering. Cobus does such important work, guys. He is a magician. I love that man. And I know that Robin has now added that to the Walking on Fire process. People now write letters to their fears, right? Before they walk on the fire. The name on my bank account is Susanna Kennedy, S-U-S-A-N-A, Kennedy, like the president. Here, FMB, I'll write it in here. I wonder if I can do this. Yes, I can. S-U-S-A-N-A, Kennedy. There we go. And hello. And Susanna Kennedy.com. And then anyway, years later, I was at one of the Real Success events, because I've been lucky enough to speak on that stage as well, along with Robin and Cobus and Mel Robbins and Brandon Bays and Les Brown and all of these incredible people. I've been lucky enough to speak on that big, beautiful stage that Brian Welsh has created. And I remember arriving at the event and Cobus looked at me and he said, guess what you're doing today? And I was like, I'm interviewing people and speaking. And he was like, no, you're walking on glass. And I was like, no, Cobus, I'm not walking on glass. And he was like, yes, you are, Susanna. You're walking on glass tonight. And I was like, why, Cobus? I don't want to walk on glass. I did not want to walk on glass. I felt like, come on, universe, I've proved I can do anything. Why are you challenging me again? But I believe that these things happen for a reason, right? And I was being challenged again because I obviously on some level needed to remember how powerful I actually was. And so Cobus talked me into it. And the first step I did begrudgingly, I kind of went, and I was like, okay. It was like all cut glass like this. And then I went, and then I just started laughing. And I just started walking. And it was so easy and it was so beautiful. We're always scared before we begin. And doing these things teaches us that actually the fear is in our minds, right? As soon as we take those first steps, we're supported, we're loved, and we're on our way to blossoming. And we're reminded how powerful we are. She remembered who she was and the game changed. How many of you know that quote? I love that quote. If you want to remember who you are, then join me because the game will change. I just arrived on Zoom 5 minutes ago from New Zealand. Hello. I love the sound of this. I've taken your details. Does this course start at the same time tomorrow night? For now, for how many sessions, please? I can check other details with your link. I have done the courses with Robin. Thank you. Yay! Oh, thank you so much. So for you who just arrived, who was that? Steph, I actually, I love that you've come in, even though it's late. I know there's people still coming into the room. What I'm going to do is if you email me, Steph, if you please email me at hello, at SusannaKennedy.com. I will send you a recording of tonight's session so that you don't miss out at all. And anybody else, I know there's a few people who have come into the room late and it was such a great session. It was so wonderful connecting with everybody. But if you missed tonight's session, I'm going to send you the replay. I will literally, when I'm finished here, I will pop this up into a Google Drive. I think that's going to be the easiest. And I'm going to send you the replay so that you can watch it. And just remember that you will have an hour to take advantage of the very special price that I've created for you guys. And then the price will go up, but I will let you take advantage of the price still tonight. Shame, I know some of you have arrived late. Yay, I'm in, payment done. Who is that? Lerato, yay! And yay for me. We're going to get to play together. So as soon as we finish now, I'm going to end. But the course starts tomorrow night. And the times will change because I do know that there are people that tune in from all over the world and there's the load shedding issue. So I want to try and make sure that everyone gets at least one live session with me over the next 3 weeks, 3 Tuesdays in a row. But in between that, I am going to be sharing little videos, little meditations, little processes so that the energy builds and the transformation is integrated, mind, body, heart, and spirit. Remember, when we heal on all levels, when we clear the dis-ease, disease, dis-ease of the mind, dis-ease of the body, dis-ease of the heart, dis-ease of the spirit, that's when we truly step into authentic empowerment. Yeah. I can't wait. This is going to be exciting, guys. Have to go. Thanks for the informative session. God bless. God bless you too, Valencia. Yay, Hyon. Am I saying it right? Hyon, you're going to have to correct me in our sessions. But yay, welcome on board. Sebelicious, congratulations for everyone for taking the first step to greatness. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being here tonight. Please remember to reach out. You can reach out on Instagram or via email. And I can't wait to connect with you guys. I can't wait to get to know you guys better. I'm sending you so much love, so many blessings. I'm just going to copy and paste absolutely everything one last time before I say goodnight. And then I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to download this and upload it. Please, if you want the recording, it is essential for you to email me or contact me on Instagram. Email is best, but please, I won't know that you need it. And as I said, Robin is flying through the air right now, so he can't help me. And Querbus, it's late at night. I don't even know if he's still in the room, but Querbus, so much love to you as well. And so I don't know if the guys are going to be able to send that out tonight, whereas I can. And so it's important for you guys to contact me directly for the replay. I will send it to them and I will ask them if they will send out an email tomorrow, but please do contact me directly. It's going to be the easiest way to do it. I'm sending you guys so much love. I hope to connect with you soon. Whatever happens, blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you for your time. Bear, thank you for the session tonight. Beautiful. Thank you for being such a beautiful soul. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Remember that the light you see within me exists within you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.